Hey folks, this is Nate coming at you. It's been a minute. Haven't made a video in a long time. But today, my SaberTrio Senza came back from a custom install that I commissioned Carlos Hernandez to do over at Kessel Customs Sabers. I believe this is either the fourth or the fifth Saber he's done a custom install for me on, and his installs are always top-notch, really solid. So just gonna show this off real quick. He demoed this, I think, on his Facebook page already, but for those of you who haven't seen it, basically it is a non-indexed, fully removable chassis. It's really slick. The 28mm Smuggler's Outpost dark speaker in the back, which is nice and loud. And it's got the little pin set up right there, along with the connectors up top underneath. And then he's got, I believe it's a CC Sabers illuminated pin set up here. So you don't need to, this doesn't fasten in any way. It can go in any direction as long as the pins make contact, which is really cool. It's a nice design. He's done this design for me on one other Saber before. I'm trying to remember which one it is, but one of my other friends who installed my daughter's Saber for me did a very similar install like this as well. Charles Ivanova, he did something similar to this with my daughter's Desert Warrior last year for her birthday. So I'm a really big fan of this type of removable chassis where you don't need to line it up. You can just basically drop it in and then just screw this on very carefully until you hear those pins sort of make some pressured contact with the pad up top, and then you're good to go. Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to show. So I had specifically asked for a kill switch because even though proffie-pixel 7, which is where I compile this proffie board on, even though that has a fairly reliable wake power button feature, I still like having a kill switch. So he fashioned one right inside here, which is really slick. So it's a very non-invasive kill switch. It doesn't really take up any space. So there's still plenty of room for me to fit my cable in there when I want to connect the Saber in to my computer to do some proffie updates. And then also I asked him specifically. Oops. I also asked him specifically to program the power button to be the tactile switch underneath and the aux button up top. Normally this top button would be the power and the bottom would be the aux. But because my hands, as I get older, my hands are increasingly arthritic, it's a little easier for me to hit the power button underneath and use my thumb for the aux effects. Just for that sound, and this thing's killer. Now I don't necessarily have a problem with SaberTrio's factory installs on these, but their 22mm custom Veco speakers, as nice as they are, still do not compare to a Smuggler's Outpost 28mm, either the Elite or the Dark. The SaberTrio stock speakers do not compare to these. And I've actually done some speaker tests on my YouTube channel. I think I did a series of them. I did a part 1, 2, and a 3, I believe, where I did some sound comparison tests and some sort of afterthoughts. It might have been almost a year ago now, where back when I had my Reaver and my Vectra, which was a factory install, and my Reaver, which was a custom install. I did sort of a compare between those two. So if you're interested in hearing an actual comparison between SaberTrio's factory install with their custom 22mm Veco and a custom install with a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost, check one of those videos out. I'll leave a link in my video description for this to those previous ones for anybody that's interested. But,
once more, the Sith will rule the galaxy.
The Emperor.
So, yeah, expect a lot of my Saber demos in the future to be using with this one. These removable chassis. I'm a really big fan of these, especially because I tinker with my proffie configs very often. So when I can get to my board without any additional screws or unscrewing anything, just unscrew the pommel, drop it out, plugging in, ready to rock and roll. And then because of the kill switch, I don't have to worry about popping out the battery before I plug it in. So yeah, man, Carlos, thank you very much. This is a fantastic install. As always, your work is fantastic. The other Sabers he's done similar installs for me on are my Starfall, the Rom Koga that I do a lot of demos with. He also installed my Subversion, my Ignition Subversion. And then he also installed my Evoflex, which is also a removable chassis. The Subversion was a fixed chassis just because of the way the Saber was designed. And then I think he did one other one too, but that I'm not remembering right at the moment. But yeah. Oh, he also did my Vigor's Vault Wrath, I believe. Oh no, sorry, Albert Flores did my Vigor's Vault Wrath. But anyway. Whoops. Oh, I turned it off. And for those who have not seen the Senza up close, this is sort of the standard brushed version that I got from SaberTrio. I can't remember exactly when I ordered this. I think I got it the last Black Friday, past November 2022. But I may or may not get some etching done on the shrouds. We'll see if anything comes to mind. But all right, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.